Okay, my knocks are starting to pile up. So, how many knocks have I received, have I gotten since I've been in Las Vegas? I've gotten one, two, three. One wasn't really a knock, and I might even put the clip because I recorded. I always record. I record everything. So let me tell you about the one that wasn't really a knock. Leaning on his tow truck. He was first he was just leaning. Then when he saw me, he was just like texting or doing something on his phone. And I was like, I know that tow truck is not here for me. I know it ain't here for me. Went on in Walmart. I was like, it couldn't be here for me. So I went in Walmart, grabbed my stuff. I was like, well, I better hurry up. So I grabbed a few items, came back out. When I came back out, it was not one, but two tow trucks. And the other tow truck was parked by my vehicle. And I was like, what is going on? I know these tow trucks aren't for me. Little old me in my van, little old limo. So anyway, I hurried and got in my van and left. I don't know what they was up to. I really don't think I don't think it's for me. I don't know what they were doing, but I didn't even stick around to find out. I peeled out. Okay, so that's not really a knock, but I'm counting it kind of like a knock. So the second knock I got was a knock. I was in a casino. I had camped overnight at this casino. No. I had just pulled up to this casino. I kind of peeped it out to see if I thought it was okay to camp overnight, stealth camping at this casino. And I was like, yeah, I'll be fine or whatever. Well, I had some gumbo soup, some like gumbo soup. You know, gumbo soup has red and all these colors, and it'll stain your Tupperware. And generally, I buy Tupperware cheap from like Dollar Tree. I'll toss it out, but I do have a couple of nice containers that I've just rolled with. When you put something in them and if they turn over, they don't spill. So I was like, if I don't clean this gumbo, the remnants of this gumbo out of my Tupperware, they're gonna be stained, and I don't like stained Tupperware. So I was like, let me go ahead and do it. So I was like spraying my little vinegar and water in the thing. I had my light on. This security on the bike comes up to me and shines the flashlight in my vehicle. And I'm like, why are you flashing the flashlight? So I crawled into the front up there. I rolled down my window and I was like, hi. And he was like, you okay? What's going on in there? I said, I'm washing my dishes. I don't know why I said, because who is in the car? I don't know why I said that, but that's what I was doing. I said, I'm washing my dishes. I said, but I'm going in the casino. I have some money. I said, I just wanted to clean my Tupperware or my, dishes or whatever. And he was like, okay. And then I said, well, do they allow overnight parking for vans or RVs? He was like, it's some truck. You mean trucks overnight? I said, no, not trucks for van or RVs. Well, he acted like he didn't know. He was confused. I said, so is it overnight? I said, this is my mini camper van. I was like, I'm going into the casino. I'm going to play. I'm going to maybe buy me something to eat. I said, so is it okay? He said, just be low key and I'm fine with it. I don't care, whatever. So that was kind of my second knock, or that was my second knock. The third knock, I got a good clip of this. I don't know if I'm going to put it at the end, just because I would have to do a lot of editing to kind of make it make sense, but I may put some of it at the end. So this person, I was sleeping all good. It was the Super Bowl. It was the day of the Super Bowl. And my son and his friends, they went to a Super Bowl party where you get a bracelet. They go to this Super Bowl party every year. For like $100, you buy a bracelet. You can have drinks and food and all this stuff. So they bought this a year in advance, and it was sold out. So anyway, I would have wanted to go there anyway. So I went to a casino to watch. I really just wanted to see the halftime show, Rihanna, because the Cincinnati Bengals lost. But anyway, I'm in this casino. I buy wings. The wings, my order is not right, of course, but they busy in there. So I just took that L, like on the wings, because they weren't cooked. I like mine well done, and I took an L on it. The fries were like rubber. I took an L on it. They were busy. It was Super Bowl. I gambled a little bit. I always just put a player's card in and put a few dollars in because I want proof that I patronize this business. So I'm in my van and I parked. Okay, so where this casino is, there is like a bus stop. Like it's a bus stop. So usually if I park, I wouldn't park at this, like I was right kind of where the bus stop is in the parking lot. So I would not park there because you stand out. Plus, if you're at a bus stop, think about it. you know, it's just not the safest place. You want to kind of be amongst other vehicles. So I went to park there. So I got a knock. And I'm like, I'm asleep too. You know how you sleep? You're in that good sleep. So I woke up. He's like, hey, you can't sleep here. You can't sleep here overnight. You can't sleep here overnight. And I got out the van like he didn't have a right to wake me up. And I was like, I patronized that business. I was like, I bought wings from, because it was a wing stop in the casino. I was like, and I said, I'm waiting on my son, which was not true. I wasn't waiting. My son was at a Super Bowl party. But he was like, but you can't sleep here. He was like, and I was like, I'm waiting on my son. He said, ma'am, you're by a bus stop. He was like, don't you know, if something were to happen to you, you're on our property, we would be liable. Well, I was just giving him a hard time because I was asleep, and I just was. But so I started filming. He was like, I'm not going to be on your YouTube channel now. I'm not going to be on your YouTube channel. Terrible. So the person was like, the security person, he was like, I'm not going to be on your YouTube channel. And the reason why I think he assumed I had a YouTube channel, because I jumped out recording him. And also, like, I've been in Las Vegas for the last few weeks, and I've gotten to know, you know, there is a large homeless population that you can clearly see no matter where you go. I've seen a person carrying a bed. Like, really. I've seen people carrying pillows. I've seen a person with a whole living room set, you know, on the street. And these aren't like bad areas, or, you know, they're working class neighborhoods. And so there's a serious homeless population. There's a serious population with people who have mental health issues. I've seen people. I saw this person building rocks, like rocks that you get off the ground. He just made, nobody could walk past the sidewalk. Definitely not knocking these people. Everybody has been through their own personal struggle. And so I wish them well, but I'm just saying that to say, I would like to think that he didn't include me as one of the, plus I had Ohio tags and then I just always try to make myself presentable, try to keep my van clean, even though it was dirty in the desert. But I just try to do things to make a distinction, because if you are perceived as even having mental health issues, or if you're perceived as being homeless, people turn their head when they see you. They treat you very differently. You're getting that anyway. But so I always want to be clean. I always want to be neat and just have my van as, you know, neat as possible, so I'm not perceived as homeless. So that's why I think he said, I'm not going to be on your stupid YouTube channel or whatever. So I was like, well, I'm waiting on my son or brother. I couldn't even think about it. And he was like, well, we'll page him for you. And I was like, okay. He was like, what's his name? So I don't know. I think I gave him a name or something like that. And then he was like, you have to stop recording me. And I'm like, well, we're in a parking lot. I can't record in the parking lot? He was like, no. He was like, if you don't stop recording me, then I'm going to cite you for trespassing, and I'm going to call. And he got on his walkie-talkie, and I was like, I'll wait. And I know this was rude. I was sleepy. He was not being assertive as he could have been. And so I was like, I was going in because he was being like not really assertive. And but at the end of the day, I said, okay. He said, but ma'am, it's for your safety. He was like, you're right by a bus stop. He was like, and that's not safe on our property. And I was giving him a hard time. I was like, but I understand. I was like, I do understand. I was like, look, I'm from Ohio. I get it. So that was all good. So those are my 3 knocks. If you live in a van or you live in a nomadic lifestyle, have you ever had a knock? If not, if you don't live in a van, would you be afraid if you got a knock? You know, every time I get a knock because of the places I park, I've only had these 3 knocks, but because of the places that I park, I always tell myself, if I get a knock, it's probably not somebody there to harm me. It's probably security, because I'm usually parked in a lighted parking lot in an area where, and then they knock like a security, like boom, boom, boom. So I'm never worried about being harmed. I did have some concerns because I did notice there was a bus stop, but it was Super Bowl weekend. And when I went to sleep in the car, the casino was, it was packed. You know, it wasn't really nowhere to park. So I parked there. So give me y'all thoughts. I appreciate y'all watching. I want you all to take your own joy route. This is a simple joy route, but it's my joy route. I'm living outside of my vehicle, not necessarily in my vehicle. I'm traveling and I'm doing this. I'm creating. I'm a creator. I'm a writer. I'm an artist. I'm doing exactly what I love doing. You probably can't tell, this light is so bad, but I need to put up my other curtains right here, because that's what I do. I usually rotate my curtains. But anyway, I'm doing what I love. I'm creating each and every day. I'm creating. I got a phone call just now as I was recording, and I had to stop. Anyway, I was talking to somebody, and then they said, "You have a good weekend," and I was like, it's the weekend? Like, I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't know. I should stop saying I don't have an alarm clock, because I do. When I do Pomodoros on my own, which is a working method that I do in my co-working group and that I've been doing on my own as well, I do use an alarm clock. But I don't know what day of the week it is. I don't use an alarm clock to wake up. The way I know it's time for me to get up is because I start hearing like traffic. Wherever I'm at, I was at a pilot last night, and I started hearing the trucks and the cars. So that's how I know it's time to get up. But anyway, take your joy route. Give a like, make a little comment, spread the word, spread the joy. And most importantly, you know what to do. You know what route.